Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is indeed a distinct honor to be here at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. When I talk of tax cuts, I'm reminded that every major tax cut in this century has strengthened the economy, generated renewed productivity, and ended up yielding new revenues for the government by creating new investment, new jobs, and more commerce among our people. Those were the words of Ronald Reagan in 1980. He was right then, and President Trump is right today. At its core, the One Big Beautiful Bill is about liberty. It's about prosperity, stability, and certainty. That's what President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill means for families, farmers, and small businesses. It's lower taxes, lower regulation, and reduced spending. This is the pathway to economic growth, personal freedom, and restored hope in the American dream. Mr. Huff, you have indeed lived the American dream. Thank you for sharing your story today as you started picking up trash at the age of 15, and now you are the owner and operator of several convenience stores and a software technology company. That is indeed the American dream. But you said along the way you've had your ups and downs. As a business owner since 1988, I'm sure that's true. As the person that has taken the risks of those up and downs, don't you believe that business owners should also reap the rewards?
Absolutely.
When your business in particular keeps more of its hard-earned money in the form of profits, what are you able to do with those extra profits?
Typically, our extra profits are reinvested in the business. We grow the business. We hire more employees. We buy more coolers, product. We keep the economy going.
Yeah, that's exactly what I hear from small businesses around the nation is when they get more money back in the form of additional profitability, they put that money back into either expanding their operations or their businesses, creating a new site, investing more in the employees, providing additional benefits to those employees, raising their wages, expanding their facilities, buying more equipment, all of the things that have been mentioned today and so much more, because that is hard-earned money that you risk everything to make. Isn't that true?
Yes.
And because of that, we should recognize that it is, in fact, people like you that have built these companies. It is not government that has built these companies. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
I think that is indeed true. Mr. Fulton, I want to come to you now. Thank you for your testimony. I want to applaud much of what you said. In a similar fashion, you represent a business that's kind of in a niche industry, fully made in America helicopters. That's really impressive. I applaud you in particular for performing your duty with honor for your country. Those are three words that I know you know in particular: duty, honor, country. So thank you for that. You mentioned that some of the benefits of the tax cuts that we have today to Robinson Helicopter will help the business itself as a benefit to the business, but who are some of the intended beneficiaries down the chain? Who are the real beneficiaries of the breaks that you guys are going to get?
Thank you for the question. First of all, it's really our workers. Our workers are the ones that get this benefit. And we have a number of overtime workers, right? So our number of overtime workers will directly benefit from no tax on overtime. And in addition to that new policy, we're better equipped to invest in that workforce. And in addition to that, our suppliers, as I mentioned before, will have more predictability. When they have more predictability, they grow as well. So we see this not just with our core products, but with our workforce, our manufacturing facilities, and our strong American-based supply chain.
And when you produce these newly developed helicopters, they're going to help with firefighting. They're going to help with California landowners who are facing those fires. They're going to help with military personnel that are engaged in battle across this world, because they're going to have more reliable equipment. Those are additional beneficiaries that are going to see as a result. We're going to see as a result of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your stories today. I wish I could get to all of you. I want to end with this last quote from Ronald Reagan. He says this, quote, "My fellow Americans, our nation is poised for greatness. We must do what we know is right and do it with all our might. Let history say of us, these were the golden years when the American Revolution was reborn, when freedom gained new life and America reached her best." Thank you, President Reagan, for charting this course, and thank you, President Trump, for returning us to it. With that, I yield back.